That recording was made because when John invited me, I was unable to attend what was supposed to be the launch back then. But here I am. And I firmly believe that it's the hand of God that has made this happen. Because why now? Our borders are open in Samoa, as they are here in New Zealand. And my dear wife Tammy and I decided that we would come up at this time to have our medicals, our eyes and our ears and our bodies checked. It's been some 4 years since that happened. And I plan to come to Wellington to meet family and friends. And I'd been asked by Immigration New Zealand to give a talk this coming Tuesday. And I rang John and I said, John, I'm coming down to Wellington. And he said, where are you ringing from? And I said, Auckland. And he said, my gosh, the launch of the Va'a is going to be on Saturday. And I'd already made arrangements to come on Monday. This is next Monday. And gave it no more. It was just, I was determined I would be here. And I'm here. John, thank you. Again, I repeat what I said in that interview. I am so proud of you, son. What an achievement. There's two types of dreamers. Those who dream and sit on their dreams and then wonder why nothing ever happens in their lives. And a dreamer that lives his dream. And John, you have lived your dream. And why I believe God's hand is in all of this is that when I was invited by Dieter Paulmann to go up to Pahia and Hotu, I think you were there too, the first person that came to mind that I should call, because I was in Auckland at the time, to join me on that very important mission was Magele, Magele, his chiefly title. And within days he was in Auckland and we hired a car and we drove north. And since that important meeting in Pahia, we've made our voyaging family, Hotu, Tua, and a host of other people that have become part of our voyaging family. It's just unbelievable. And of course, to see Hotu here and planning for the future of how we can work together for the Gaualofa, and of course what he does here. You know, it's just wonderful. But as you will have seen in that interview, my acknowledging my friend Foa Toloa, a dear friend. A dear friend. And it's moments like these, or days like these, that you start reflecting, thinking back, and wonder just how our ancestors did so many wonderful things and sacrificed their lives to learn celestial navigation. It's unbelievable. Because it's not something that they would have learned just by flicking a finger or just going out and sailing around for it. No. A lot of them sailed out into the ocean and never ever came back. Those who did come back came back with some knowledge. And then they trialed it again, and until they perfected the art of celestial navigation. Yeah. And thank you, Hotu, for the wonderful work that you do in just furthering that and promoting that. that wonderful skill that was about to be lost forever, but has been revived. But today is about a project that John or Magele dreamt about, and you're living it, Magele, and we're all so very proud of you. And I don't think there's much more that I can say apart further more than what I've already said in that interview, and I don't want to bore you any further. But it's interesting that how things happen, and they happen for a reason. I'm here for a reason, as Hotu is, as we all are here for a reason. But at the lunch table, and thank you for that beautiful lunch, I was sitting next to Reverend Tuisopo'anga. Reverend, it was a pleasure. But when the name Sopo'anga was mentioned, I was reminded of this iconic song that is sung by the Samoans. And I know it's sung at funerals or on occasions where there's been a member of the family lost. But again, in moments like this, we think about those who have influenced us, our ancestors, our fathers and our mothers, those who have been close to us. And I believe today, Magele, your father will be looking down with great pride. And I know your mother's here, and I went and greeted her, and she would be very proud of you as your family. And if I may, and ask all of us Samoans who are here to join me singing this song, because it's in his memory. Because like I say, he's looking down. And then perhaps I can follow that with another song, if that's okay. Do we have the time for this? And and I see that there is a few Samoan women here. And I would invite your mother perhaps to come forward and say sa. But truly, it's not only the Maori that have waiatas at the conclusion of their address or their few remarks. The Samoans have that tradition as well, the waiata tradition. Is that right, Hotu? It doesn't only belong to the Maori. We have a waiata tradition as well. But we call it the taualunga. And the taualunga is what wraps up a small talk, or as that I feel very privileged to have been invited to comment on this wonderful occasion. But just if I can close my remarks by, again, thanking you, Magele, for inviting me, and Tammy, and of course my family who were here. I know it was only Tammy and I invited, but I did the usual Samoan thing. I brought the extended family. And I invited them for a reason, and that is that they're going to stand up here and sing this song with me. And any other Samoan. I know the Tokelauans know this song as well. Do you mind if we do that? Okay. So, is the ukulele out there? Yes, it is. I need to take my jacket off. This is serious stuff. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm going to sing Mo'omonga, one verse and the chorus. Now, just before I do this, there is a story behind this song. And when I shared it with the Reverend, he said that he is related. He's a Sopo'anga, of course. But Reverend Sopo'anga, who served a mission in Va'a, which is a village right next door to Pautasi, where I come from, the Reverend was preparing a member of his congregation to go to Malua. This is a theological college, to become a whaiwhiawa, to become a reverend or a minister of the church. And the story goes that this young fella climbed a coconut tree and fell and died. And Reverend Sopo'anga composed a song in his memory. And like I say, I'm doing this because I know the words, there is some sadness to it, but your father, like I said, he'll be listening. And so please, anyone that knows the words, please join me. Samoa ia e talo sanga Talanoa whaatasi I lenei o lama Paole nei ua wala awina oe E o valota ua leo leo mamoe Voia tu maleta Talanoa ai na molo masane wala awina nei oe ele tupu I le langi Apenina oe la upeletasi o la upenina oe la upeletasi. Fale alili uma io mao Tafia fa'alongo longo I soleo Ua avetala o le malo Ua le ai se manu e toe olo Fale fitu e fale alili male pata Fa'apea male atu safata Fa e fia fa'ata umoa la foane sau afa A e so ia la vale petu iala E aunga fo I taanga sa mai masani le tu I fa'amane e ne Aua le mino I tele E a e teule ta'alo I malelo toma walalo E oli mali e Aua le pisao Patoa vivini O le toa ina uama Hey, hey Thank you.